Hello, welcome to BOW, back here again with another LEGO video. And if you're watching this video, you probably love LEGO. And if you don't, what's wrong with you? LEGO is one of the most popular toys in the world. It is something that both kids and adults can love, but it's no secret that LEGO can be expensive. And price races over the last few years have only made it harder and harder for people to afford LEGO. So today we're going to be talking about some LEGO alternatives or ways you can afford LEGOs for cheaper. So starting out, we're going to go with the only one actually that LEGO purists would probably agree with, and that's search for used LEGO. Usually you can find some good deals on Facebook Marketplace, sometimes eBay, yard sales, and if you're like me, you're lucky enough to have a local toy store that sells bulk LEGO. Now, buying it this way, you are most likely just going to get bulk pieces because people who have full sets are probably selling them online for a decent amount of money. So that is the way that you can get actual LEGO cheaper. But if you're okay with third-party bricks that are still LEGO compatible, let's take a look at some of our other options. So the first one we're going to go to is Mega. Now, Mega is probably without a doubt the second biggest brick company other than LEGO. Now, Mega has some okay sets in my opinion. They're not as good as LEGO in their design, but Mega also does own the current brick rights to Pokemon. So if you want a Pokemon set, you have to go through Mega. Now, their sets can range from really good price to really horrible price, and I've done some reviews of specifically their Pokemon brand, if you want to look those up there on the channel. But I believe they also do Halo, and I believe they do some military sets as well. Now, outside of Mega, we have what we're going to call the dollar store brands. So we're going to start with this one, which is Bricks brand. Now, I haven't done a lot with these yet, so I can't really give a pure good yes or no on them. But as you can see, this one's a water cooler. There are a few different ones of these. These ones sell at Five Below. Now, if you're in the US, Dollar Tree also has their own brand with some simple sets like this. Again, those would be $1.25. This one was $3.25. So those are what I'm going to call the dollar store brands. They are going to be the absolute cheapest that you can probably find. They're not going to be the best. Actually, this build looks pretty decent if the cups and stuff actually include those logos. But for example, the Dollar Tree ones are going to be very simple, although some of them do have some cool pieces. So for example, if you are someone who is looking for boulders for maybe a scene that you are making, Dollar Tree does have a $1.25 set that contains a boulder along with other pieces as well, so that's an easy way to get more of those. Now, next, we're going to take a look at BlockTech. Now, this is also available at Five Below in the US for $5 a set. Now, they kind of do everything. So they do these laser block sets, which are mostly translucent brick sets that come with an LED block. Of course, everything in this is going to be LEGO compatible. These are actually kind of cool because you get the LED block. Unfortunately, it's not like controllable LEDs or anything like that. It just cycles through the colors. But for the price, very good. 111 pieces for $5, and you get an LED block. That is great. I've done, I believe this will be my third laser block set. Definitely like them. Then we also have the block succulents. And these seem to be the most popular thing that BlockTech currently has out. Because even in the store, when I bought this, the cashier said that she was actually going to buy one of these for her house and how all her friends love them and how cute they are. So these are definitely popular. And as you can see, this is a stone crop, but we have the cactus, the hen and chick, the buckhorn cahola, and there's actually so many more. I believe this is the second or third set of these succulent series that they've dropped. They also do small appliances, and a series called Mount Up as well. They also do a race car set. Block Tech really throws their bricks anywhere, it seems. But Laser Blocks and Succulents have been my favorite so far from them. Again, you can get these at Five Below in the US. They are good quality and they are Lego compatible. Next, we're going to go to another group that, guess what, you can also find at Five Below in the US. If you didn't know, Five Below is pretty much, in my opinion, the mecca currently for third-party bricks in the US, other than online, of course. And that is going to be Snap and Switch. Now, these are actually my favorite type of sets from Five Below. They make sets based off IPs. So they currently have SpongeBob. You can see right here, this is actually the SpongeBob Ice Pop set, which I can't wait to unbox and build. But they also did Jellyfish Fields, the Krusty Krab. They've done a ton of SpongeBob stuff, Sandy's Rocket. And then we also have a Hello Kitty Carnival build set, which, you know, it's actually a bit smaller than the SpongeBob sets normally are. Everyone does come with a Hello Kitty, though. These are my favorite third-party brand currently, especially because of how cheap they are. The build quality is great. It actually seems like they really love what they do and, for the most part, put a ton of effort into making these small, affordable sets, which I really appreciate. Now, of course, they have SpongeBob, Hello Kitty. Recently, they added Strawberry Shortcake, something called Gloomy House. I believe they have one Spy versus Spy set. They did used to have JoJo Siwa sets and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sets, but I'm unsure if those ones are still out. So this really would cover a lot of the third-party sets that you can find out in the wild, at least in stores. I'm sure there are some that I haven't mentioned. For example, Zuru Max is one that a lot of people like to buy and is very cheap. But these are some of the ones that I buy, and I can't recommend the Snap and Switch sets enough if you do like the type that they are. But let's say that these just don't do it for you. Well, there is one final option, and that is the dreaded Temu/AliExpress option. So for this, there are actually two different types. So you can get the ones that are complete ripoffs of Lego sets, but much cheaper. I don't have an example of that in front of me right now, but I have reviewed examples of that. For example, the Scooby-Doo sets. I'm trying to think. Scooby-Doo sets, the Millennium Falcon, and the Simpsons house were all direct ripoffs, but at a much cheaper price than Lego would have sold it at. And a lot of those sets were retired, so it was an easy way to get them without paying that insane internet markup. Now that, whether or not you want to do that, depends on your own views. I will say that more recently, those type of sets have been getting removed from AliExpress and Temu much quicker than before. So that is a bit of a hurdle that you'll have to go through. But there is one other type of set, and that is the ones that are just simply ones Lego would never make. So these include sets by out-of-the-country brands. For example, this Snoopy set that I bought, which you can tell, is not American. Now, some of these do say that they are copyrighted by the actual company that owns them. I'm not sure if they really are or not, but the point is you're not finding this normally in the US. You can get it online for pretty cheap, and it gives you something that you wouldn't normally get to build. So, of course, I do have the Peanuts Snoopy one in front of me with Snoopy and Woodstock. I've done some Garfield ones. And I actually did a Pokemon one with a really cool Snorlax in it. Now, also on AliExpress and Temu, you can find minifigures, that wouldn't exist. For example, this Kenny from South Park, which looks hilarious when you look at him from the side. And these can be found for very cheap. They will take a long time to get to you, though. I believe the average time for something off AliExpress or Temu is about 14 to 21 days. I know personally sometimes I will order something and then completely forget about it. But it does provide a very cheap way to either build complete ripoffs of Lego sets or to build sets that you would never get in the US or that Lego would never make. So those are my ways and tips to get Lego compatible bricks for cheaper. Most of these are going to be third party unless you go the buying used Lego route. Hopefully this has been helpful to you and given you some ideas, maybe introduced you to some of these brands such as Snap and Switch or BlockTech. But hey, hopefully in the end this was so helpful for you. And if it was, please leave a thumbs up and please subscribe because it does really help out the channel a lot. And I make reviews of Lego and non-Lego products all the time. So I will see you guys next time with a brand new video. Thanks so much for watching.